Alright guys, welcome to another F1 2015 Grand Prix review, this time for the Mexico Grand Prix, and as you see in the background some F1 2015 Mexican Grand Prix sort of gameplay, replay cameras that you can keep you entertained whilst I talk through the race. So the race happened this weekend, first time since 1992, since we actually last time had a race at the Mexican Grand Prix. Last winner was Nigel Mansell in the Williams, and this race, well, we'll see what happens. Obviously, a completely new layout of the track, resurfaced, new tarmac and everything like that. So it meant that the track was very oily. And at the start of the weekend in practice, the drivers were struggling a lot for grip. Literally, they were sliding around, couldn't get the lap time out of the cars. But for qualifying, we finally had some good performance for the drivers actually to get the grips with. And for qualifying, Nico Rosberg qualified on pole position, took his fourth straight pole position ahead of Lewis Hamilton, with Vettel in P3, Kvyat was P4 ahead of Ricciardo in P5. So a good day for Red Bull actually in terms of qualifying, having some good performance. Definitely in the second and third sector tend to have better performance for those sectors. Bottas was P6 ahead of Massa in P7. Verstappen was P8 for Toro Rosso, pretty good actually qualifying for both Verstappen. P9 was Perez, so good day for Perez actually in the 14th ahead of Hulkenberg in P10. Sainz was 11th ahead of Grosjean in 12th, Maldonado was 13th, 14th was Ericsson, 15th was Raikkonen after a grid penalty for an engine change, Alonso was 16th ahead of Nasser in 17th, Rossi was 18th, 19th was Stevens, and Button was 20th and didn't do qualifying because of a misfire. For the race though, it was a boring affair. Rosberg led throughout the Grand Prix, led up front, had basically clean air. Hamilton was keeping him honest throughout the race, but wasn't really able to capitalise on any chance given to him, and he was doing a good job with Lewis Hamilton. But a good result for Nico Rosberg to win the race ahead of Hamilton. Bottas was P3 after a fight with Kvyat for the final podium position towards the closing stages, and safety car sort of ruined the chance for Red Bull to get a podium finish. But good job for Bottas, definitely driver of the day for me. So that was P3 and P4. Ricciardo was P5 ahead of Massa in P6. Hulkenberg was 7th ahead of Perez. So Perez finished behind his teammate in front of the home crowd. But not a bad result for Mexican, but definitely I think Perez probably would have wanted to finish ahead of Nico Hulkenberg. Max Verstappen was P9 ahead of Grosjean in P10, getting the final point for Lotus. 11th was Maldonado. Ericsson was P12 ahead of Sainz in 13th. Button was 14th. Really had a pretty bad race. Rossi was 15th ahead of Stevens 16th. And Nasser was retired from the race. Vettel retired because he had a poor race for Ferrari. Actually, had a very bad day for Ferrari. It just didn't really go well for them as a weekend, and yeah, Vettel retired after making various mistakes, locking up, spinning, hit the wall, and yeah, caused issues. Raikkonen retired because of a collision with Bottas, like happened in Russia. So yeah, I mean, sort of revenge for Russia, but no action was taken. Alonso was retired after the first lap after a misfire with an MGU-H issue with McLaren Honda. Again, we're saying that once again for the McLaren. McLaren continuing to struggle, just to do anything really. I mean, it's been a really hard time for the McLaren, and yeah, it really has affected their sort of push on for next year. But yeah, things to do seem to improve, but their outrace was boring literally. I mean, Hamilton was always going for one fast, one slow lap. There was a bit of a problem with Hamilton, didn't understand why they had to do 2 stops. I mean, I think he felt they could have gone longer on the tyres that he had used before on the 1 stop, but the team said they had to fit in, so that was a bit of a thing that Hamilton was very upset about. But that race was pretty boring really. It all sort of closes up in safety car stages. Got exciting but didn't really take action. So in my opinion, if I was going to rate this race out of 10, probably give it a 3 or 4, probably a 3 out of 10. It was pretty boring. Well done to Rosberg for a good result actually, and just to come back from last weekend's disappointment that he had. So guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. Please leave a like and subscribe for more racing content on this channel. And yeah, just continue watching my series. Series are doing very well at the moment on the channel. So guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. Please leave a like and subscribe for more racing content. Goodbye guys.